Hey guys, Red Pen Mining here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day this video. Alright, I finally got the Vogminer D3 to work. It's been about a couple weeks now since I've received this, and I just got it to work. I've been in communication with Vogminer, and ultimately we had to do some musical chairs in terms of the hashboards and ribbon cable testing and all that stuff, because for those that don't know, I received this and when I put it on my table, I heard a lot of metal clinking, and you guys probably saw the previous video that I did on this thing. It did not arrive in good shape at all. The bus bars were completely snapped off. The little metal clips that were going to the bus bars right there, they essentially snapped off. And so thankfully the fix, a very simple fix, was first I was trying to solder my way into getting it all back on together, but ultimately, and thank you to Mr. Lukewarm Tech, we used nylon washers, okay, just plastic washers, and I used PC screws, these screws right here, that I essentially screwed the metal clips back onto the hashboards. There was a little hole in there. I was able to screw it back in. I was gonna release another video about doing that, but I think that was a waste of time. So before I show you guys the hash rates and the efficiency I can achieve on this thing, thank you for today's sponsor, CryptoMinerbros.com. If you guys are interested in a Vogminer D3 or anything else on their website, use code REDPANDA for 70 bucks off each ASIC ordered. Alright, so to expand on just me fixing this thing, I had a lot of trial and error, you know, just making this thing work. And so I was working with Vogminer, and really one of the biggest things as to why it wasn't working is I also need to do some custom configuration. Okay, actually if we go to Pool, Miner, you can see here there is custom voltage and custom frequency. So I had to set that, and actually I had to do that in a very special dev part of the Vogminer. So I don't know if you guys remember this of Gold Shell, but if I click this thing 6 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's gonna come up with an enter password, essentially. I can't tell you guys the password because it's a secret, but it gets into the Vogminer stuff more in depth. There's more customizability and like logging, different logging and stuff. So ultimately, we were able to get it to work, but unfortunately, we are running without a hashboard. As you guys can tell, there's one here that was severely damaged in shipping. I don't know if you can tell there, but the clip that clips on the ribbon cable for that snapped off. So every time I plugged it in, or even by itself, it wouldn't hash. So I think there's something wrong with the hashboard itself. But the other 3 hashboards, thankfully, do work. This thing is pulling about 29, 67, 68 watts right now. And we've been getting, over the past 3-4 hours now of runtime, this thing is getting about 15.1 gigahash, or 15,110 megahash. So how is the efficiency of this Vogminer D3? Well, unfortunately, I can't really give you guys a 100% review of this thing because, again, I have one of the hashboards not working. So if we're getting 15 gigahash at 2964 watts, that's gonna be an efficiency of 0.196. Okay, so that's gonna be in the realm of Bitmain L9 or Vogminer D1 Pro, or the AlphaPex DG2 Plus, Bitmain L9, or yeah, Vogminer D3 advertised was 20 gigahash at 3580 watts. So that's a 0.179 watt per hash. So my watt per hash on this, I don't know if it's because I'm missing a hashboard. I'm gonna say probably, and also the extra power consumption could be because of the fans. There are 4 120 mil fans on this thing. All right, 2 on the back, and actually this one's damaged. I don't know if you guys can tell, right? This one's severely damaged because of shipping. It's missing a little plastic part there, and yeah, so this thing was really damaged. I don't know if you guys saw my other video, this thing weighs like over 50 pounds. And yeah, it's just the weight of this thing. It was so heavy, no wonder it broke, because as well, all the weight was distributed onto the bus bars on this model. So I hope that the, I guess, retail version of this model isn't gonna have that, where the hashboards have so much leeway inside the Vogminer D3 ASIC shell here, because when I moved the hashboards without the bus bars, there was so much play. Okay, there was so much play. So all the weight distribution, even in shipping, you know, when it's going up and down, you know, someone drops it or whatever, all the weight is on the bus bars, and so that's why it's snapped off. Yeah, just unfortunate. So anyways, yeah, this is probably gonna be my last video on this thing. Thanks to Vogminer for sending me this Vogminer D3. I don't know, we were all hyped up to make sure this thing was all well and good, but ultimately I can't get it going because I think this clip here, this one here, is broken. It essentially snapped off and bent quite a bit. I bent the pins back. I put the cable back in, put it back in, but it wouldn't register in the web GUI of the Vogminer D3. So, all right guys, and again, yeah, I had a lot of fun trying to solder myself and use a heat gun to try to mold the, I guess, the metal clip onto the hashboard. I tried to melt it myself. Like, I could easily melt this onto the hashboard, but I couldn't get it to mate with the, I guess, the little metal adapter that goes to the bus bars. So I wasn't successful in that. I was videoing doing that, and I said, you know what, I don't want to show that, too embarrassing. And yeah, big disclaimer, I'm not an ASIC repair person at all. I can do basic stuff like, you know, change out thermal paste and all that, but when it comes to like soldering or anything like that, I can't do that. So that was a complete fail. I should really return that back to Amazon. Actually, no, I think this is useful. Actually, I think I can use this for other stuff that I'll attempt to fix. Okay, well, just to pretend here, if this thing does get 20 gigahash at like 3,600 watts, is it a good buy to buy the Vogminer D3? And I'm gonna say, you know, at the price, current price at $75.49, I mean, what is an L9 17 gigahash cost? Okay, an L9 17 gigahash model, the one I tested that I have, it was able to get 17.3 gigahash at 35, almost 3,600 watts. So I got an efficiency of 0.20. All right, so if the Vogminer is, or the one I have is getting, I don't know, not even a point better in efficiency almost, then, or advertised maybe 2 points better, it's not that big of a jump in efficiency. So is it worth like double the price? I think a Bitmain L9 17 gigahash model is what, 3,800 bucks for this 17 gigahash model at this point in time. I don't really know, I don't think there's that many in stock either, but so you can see the value proposition there. I think the Bitmain model would be a lot better to buy versus this 2x the price, unless Vogminer can come down, you know, maybe if this was like 5 grand, not even, maybe less than that, then I could see that this being a good buy. But I really hope that Vogminer fixed a few things on this. Like, I do like that there's a power button on, okay, I don't want to move this, but there's a cool little power button right here. I thought that's really cool. And the top IO, I mean, it's the same as any ASIC miner. It's actually really easy to do maintenance, especially if you need to replace the fans. You don't need to take off the top cover. The 2 fan ports are on the back, or sorry, on the front right here. But if you need to change the fans for the back, they do go onto the control board on the back here. So you do need to take the top cover off in order to do that maintenance. So yeah, I mean, but how many times are you gonna change the fans? I guess depends on if you live in a dusty area or anything like that. But look at the damage. Look at all the extra screws I have coming out of this thing. Man, it was a fun time fixing this. Okay, my friends, that's it. I just wanted to give you guys an update. I think this will be the last video about this thing, because I'm gonna ship this thing back out to Vogminer, because yeah, ultimately it's running like not at its max potential right now. So yeah, okay. All right guys, let me know your guys' thoughts, and if you made it to the end of this video, I'm gonna give someone lucky 24-hour hash rate from this Vogminer D3. So get your comments down below. All right, let me know what you guys think of this thing. I'll choose the winner, I don't know, maybe after 10 hours after this video is uploaded. All right, you guys have a great one. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out. You guys can hear that fan. This thing's about to break.